Hi, I'm Bellingham Police Chief Terry Mangan. These young people around me are part of the Bellingham Safe Ride program, developed by teens for teens to ensure a safe ride home. If you or the ride you depend on has had too much to drink, Safe Ride would like to hear from you. This holiday season, Whatcom County drives sober.
Gift certificates for first aid training are now available through the American Red Cross. This holiday season, give the gift of life. I'm Melissa Miller, and from all of us at KVOS, happy holiday.
With the Hollywood Minute. After a round of publicity appearances to promote the film Brazil, Robert De Niro is spending the holidays in England. The actor arrived earlier this week to help with the post-production on his next starring role in The Mission. Burt Reynolds' on-screen film career resumes in February when he begins work on a new movie called Heat. Columnist Army Archett reports the picture will be shot in Las Vegas, but no release date has yet been set. Rocky IV remains the champ at the box office. Sylvester Stallone's fourth Rocky epic has earned over $68 million in just 3 weeks of release. Jewel of the Nile is now in second place, followed by Spies Like Us, the newcomer Out of Africa, and Santa Claus the Movie. This is Sandy Kenyon with the Hollywood Minute.
In the headlines, the death toll is now 4 from Monday's plane crash at a Concord, California shopping mall. Italy's Mount Etna volcano is erupting with lava, heading toward nearby towns at a rate of 1/2 mile each hour. Christmas Day celebrations are going on around the world. Pope John Paul II celebrated a midnight mass in Rome. Pilgrims came to Bethlehem amid heavy Israeli security to mark the birth of Christ. And in Washington, President Reagan ordered the lights on the national Christmas tree dimmed for a short time in remembrance of the Americans held hostage in Beirut. With the headlines, I'm Brian Dover.
Stay tuned. The news continues.
If there is a computer in your future, then listen carefully. Urban General announces an exclusive TV offer of the Royal Alphatronic PC. This package includes a 320K single-disk drive, CP/M operating system, 64K memory, an easy-to-read amber screen, and the Peachtree software package, which includes Peach Text for word processing and Peach Calc for financial records management. This is a limited credit card-only offer. Only 3,500 units will be sold nationwide at this amazing low price. Originally sold at $1,448, is available now through Urban General for $498, a $950 savings. Here's how to order your Royal Alphatronic PC for a 15-day free home trial.
To qualify for a free 15-day home trial, use your credit card and order now, 1-800-533-1400, or send check or money order for $498 plus $15 shipping and handling to Royal PC. P.O. Box 8207, Atlanta, Georgia, 30306.
In dollars and cents. The in toys this season seem to be the ones that capture and stimulate children's imagination. Deborah Marchini takes a look at Cabbage Patch Kids and some other so-called concept toys.
Help them in the never-ending battle against the evil Decepticons. The Autobots create a new breed of robot.
That new breed of robot is part of a new breed of toys, a breed designed to help toy makers in their never-ending battle for the fickle fancies of children. They're concept toys, an extended family of playthings built around a fantasy. And they've done more than capture the attention of children and the pocketbooks of parents. They've added a bit of stability to the normally volatile toy business.
In the past, you had things like the hula hoop, like the yo-yo, that would be popular for 1 year, and that was it. And you'd have whole manufacturing capabilities, staffing, overhead of a company. And if your product went out the next year, you were losing money and you were in trouble.
Mattel was among the first to change that with Masters of the Universe, a family of characters linked to a cartoon show. But the real master of the concept toy is Xavier Roberts, creator of Cabbage Patch Kids. The kids and their buyers inhabit a whole fantasy world, one that starts when the adoptive babies are born.
It is a bouncing baby girl. I think the question is, how long will they maintain their momentum? And will sales be able to plateau at these extremely high levels for a number of years?
Toy makers are optimistic. The growing population of young children should give a boost to toy sales. And then there's Barbie. She's the first of the concept toys, and she turns 26 this year.
A California woman has transformed her home into a red and green fantasy land this Christmas. Jim Thomas reports it is all for children with cancer.
Carmen Rogers says she got the idea about 3 months ago. After struggling with the reality of being diagnosed with bone marrow cancer herself, she says she developed a greater sensitivity about how cancer affects the lives of children. She contacted major local department stores and the management of Disneyland to tell them about her idea. They responded with an outpouring of gifts, decorations, and most importantly, love. Most of the furniture in Carmen's house was moved out to make way for train sets, doll houses, tin soldiers, and Santa Claus. Friends and neighbors donated their time to perform as Santa's helpers.
It's really a very glorious and a very healing feeling, and it's probably the most spectacular thing I've ever done in my life.
About 250 children will visit Carmen's personal fantasy land this Christmas season. Here they can leave their troubles for a time to just surround themselves in warmth and happiness and song.
Seeing it through their eyes makes you, I don't care who you are, you're going to choke. It's tough not to. That's why I try to keep a big smile on my face as much as possible, especially when they sing. That's real tough.
It's worked for her as well as for the children. It's worked for all of us. It's just been a beautiful experience.
When the music fades and the decorations go back to the storerooms, Carmen will go back to her hospital bed and the necessary chemotherapy treatments. But she says she'll always remember that special Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
That's our report. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lynn Vaughn. Merry Christmas from all of us here at Headline News.
There's only one place to turn for super movies, the Super Station. Here's what you can look forward to. Super movies are coming soon on your Super Station, WTBS.
From Turner Broadcasting System, this is Headline News.
Reaching for the sky, fearless ones who jump and fly from coast to coast onto the plains. The super stage got your game. Some will win and some will cry. We won't forget the ones who tried. The super station takes the way for superstars and super plays. They're the heroes of today. America loves to watch them play. Stand and cheer for our great nation. Super sports from Super Station.
WTBS, great American sports.
Headline News, I'm Lynn Vaughn. Christians around the world are celebrating the birth of Jesus this morning. Pope John Paul II, now celebrating morning mass with thousands of pilgrims in Rome, will deliver his traditional message in about a half an hour. The Pope began the Catholic observance of the holiday with this glittering midnight mass. "2,000 years later, the faithful are still coming to Bethlehem. Thousands of worshipers filled Manger Square for a midnight mass at the site many believe to be the birthplace of Christ. But the worshipers were reminded of the modern-day troubles that plague the Middle East. They were screened in advance by Israeli troops using metal detectors. Christmas Eve services like this one in Chicago began the holiday in our country. Weeks of hustle and bustle are over now. Many of us took advantage of Christmas Eve to make those final preparations for the big day. But bad weather is putting some holiday plans on hold. Mark Leff has more.
Hi, how you doing? Even Santa found himself stuck at Seattle-Tacoma Airport on Christmas Eve. The reason, what's in the sky, is translated into this on the arrival and departure signs.
Let's translate into fog.
Nearly a week of ground-level clouds has caused huge backups at the Pacific Northwest main air hub. A few hours of sunshine Monday and Tuesday got a few flights up and down, but takeoffs and landings are running at between 10 and 50% of normal, which means most people aren't going anywhere. Margot Hartel and friends were hoping to get out of Eagle River, Alaska to Hawaii for Christmas.
Well, it's kind of put a crimp in our plans, but we still want to go to Hawaii.
Well, look at it this way. It's an adventure. How often do you get to spend the night in Seattle?
There have been some creative and expensive approaches to getting out for the holiday.
Some people have rented taxi cabs to take them to Portland, which is a couple hours away, and a $200 fare. Some have even gone as far as Los Angeles for $1,200.
But elsewhere around the country, air travel hasn't been much of a problem this Christmas Eve. In fact, several major carriers reported their Christmas discount fares weren't attracting as many passengers as the Thanksgiving bargain flights just a few weeks ago.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. May I have your attention, please? Passengers waiting for the Amtrak Boston Express American, sir.
Amtrak was doing well where it traditionally does, in the Northeast Corridor, and intercity buses were doing a brisk business. So were stores, of course, though not quite to the extent many merchants had hoped. Still, to paraphrase P.T. Barnum, there's a procrastinator born every minute.
I started late because I said I wasn't going to spend a lot, but it don't seem to work out that way because now I'm just shopping at the last minute trying to get everything.
Come, hurry.
Friends of this Atlanta woman won't get her Christmas greetings till after the holiday, which is why business was way down at many post offices Tuesday. Her friends may not get any presents either.
Gotta go shopping yet.
President Reagan says the American hostages in Lebanon are not forgotten. The president turned off the lights on the national Christmas tree momentarily last night as a sign of solidarity. Church of England envoy Terry Waite had hoped to win the hostages release before Christmas Day. Mike Chinoy reports.
Terry Waite came back to London for Christmas empty-handed, amid signs his mission to secure the release of the 4 American hostages has run into trouble. During 5 days in Beirut, Waite again met secretly with those holding the Americans. He delivered letters and Christmas cards for the hostages from family and friends. But he didn't see them or receive any messages from them, although he was assured they're all right. And he was obviously disappointed by the kidnappers' unenthusiastic response to his proposals.
It's obviously a setback, because I would have hoped we'd have made further progress.
About the only good news Waite brought back was that he has established contact with the kidnappers of British journalist Alec Collett, raising some hopes for progress in his case. But as for the Americans, journalist Terry Anderson, priest Lawrence Jenko, and academics David Jacobson and Thomas Sutherland, Waite said the situation was at an extremely delicate stage and could move either way. Despite the problems, the Church of England envoy said he would be returning to Beirut soon, and he urged the families of the hostages not to lose faith.
Never give up hope, and keep courageous.
When the first communications from the hostages were made public a few months ago, the 4 captive Americans expressed the hope they might be home for Christmas. That hope has not been fulfilled. But as long as Terry Waite's mission continues, the possibility remains that the new year may yet bring happier news.
Mount Etna, Europe's only active volcano, is erupting this morning with the nearest town about 6 miles away. An accompanying earth tremor split a tourist hotel on a nearby mountain slope, killing 1 person and injuring at least 9. A 4th person is now dead following Monday night's plane crash in Concord, California. 88 people were injured when the twin-engine plane crashed into a crowded shopping mall. Officials say the plane missed a nearby airstrip due to dense fog. There are 50,000 homeless people living on the streets of New York City, but one of them is different. Charles Feldman has his story.
His name is Gary. Gary is 28. He comes from a poor Alabama family. He rose above that poverty, though. He made it to Harvard University. He graduated from Harvard in 1979. But he went further. He went to Columbia University Law School. He got his law degree in 1982. His ascent came to an abrupt halt when last May he became one of its estimated 50,000 homeless people.
The distinction between Gary and an awful lot of other folks that are out on the street is that Gary has a lot of friends who are concerned about him and family who's concerned about him and have mobilized this effort to find him.
After earning his law degree, Gary, his family does not want his last name known, went to work in a Miami law firm. But after he twice failed the Florida bar examination needed to become a practicing attorney,